The following program is produced by Project Bait and does not reflect the views of this station.
In the midst of war, whether it be in Afghanistan or whether it be on Mac and Moran, the situation is still the same, that there's a need for peace. There's a need for interaction so that people can resolve tensions and conflict. To that end, on today's program, we're talking to Dellashon Di Cresce, who is with the Center for Peace and Conflict Studies, the World Affairs Council. And tell us, if you can, here on For My People, what is the World Affairs Council and what do you do?
Well, I'm Program Director for the World Affairs Council of Detroit. We are a non-partisan organization that, our mission is to educate the community on international issues, get the community more engaged, and create an awareness so that they can be more active participants in actually their local politics, so they don't just take the information that's given to them off the news.
Well, here on For My People, obviously we cover things and we do stories about places in the African worlds and the diaspora. So it follows that you would want to have some connection with that. But why do people here in Detroit, why, if they're going to vote for city council, do they need to know about what's happening, say, in Brazil?
Well, one, they need to know because what's happening in Brazil, what's happening in Africa, what's happening in the diaspora affects us directly here in Detroit, whether it's our tax dollars going to fund some sort of aid or a war or something like that. They'll know, one, whether to be for or against it, talk to their legislators. If we're talking about a diaspora city council, our state of Michigan, they have funds that might support something negative that we don't want to fund, have stocks or funds or something of that sort. So we really want to be aware of that so that we can request them to stop funding or supporting these bonds.
Now, let's look at the actual function of the World Affairs Council.
Mm-hmm.
How many members do you have?
Unfortunately, our Detroit council only has about 100 members. If you look at places like Grand Rapids also has a council, they have about 1,000 members. They're very active there. We have a lot of competition here, regional chamber, economic club, Automation Alley, several universities in our area. So we're all trying to get, I don't know if all their mission is not to educate the community on these international issues, but definitely it may be economic, which is something that we also do. But other councils across the country, which there are about 90, we're all part of the World Affairs Council of America, which is in Washington, D.C.
Well, when you mention the chamber and others,
Mm-hmm.
they have a very defined political framework. They want to make money for themselves. Does your council in any way attempt to educate people as to how they can derive benefits for the community?
My council, number one, we're bipartisan, so we do not have any, our goal is only to educate the community on international issues. We will give you an unbiased view. We'll give you both sides, such as Israeli and Palestine issues. Armenia and Turkish issues. We'll give you both of those sides and ask you to derive from learning about the history and the information that we provide you where you think this should go. So no, we do not look to raise funds or to make a profit from the education that we do.
And are you trying to get a certain age group, or does it really matter?
My members range from senior citizens, we have high school students, college students. The bulk of the people that come to my events are probably 40 and above. We have several college students that frequently come. We do some reach out into the high schools, the local high schools. We're putting on an event in January called the World Quest, where we'll invite the local high schools to participate in 10 rounds of 10 international questions. And we hope to send that school to Washington to compete against other schools across the country.
I think I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this. Given the recent revelations about the Detroit public school system, reading and some others, and not only DPS, but other schools, do you find that young people actually really know about what's happening in the world?
I believe that some may have heard something. So many of them know a little bit about Darfur. Some of them know a little bit about what's going on in China or the economic, they just know a hint. So they're not very well versed on international issues. But again, I don't think that, I think it just hasn't been presented to them as an important issue. I understand that reading and writing is also a very important issue, math, which, locally in the newspaper, that was a huge issue just a few days ago. But I think reading a paper has dropped, if you think in the last 50 years. Parents don't read newspapers, students don't read newspapers, no one knows what's going on around the world, let alone in this state. So, I mean, we encourage people to search for knowledge, especially young people.
And I guess we could say, too, maybe sometimes certain elected officials don't read the news.
I agree with you.
We've been talking to, For My People has been talking to Dellashon Di Cresce, and she is with the World Affairs Council, which is located at Wayne State University, and it is a nonprofit entity that seeks to educate people about what's happening in the world, and free, you can be involved. And we thank you for joining us on this edition of For My People. You want to find out more about this or anything else that you've seen here, reach us on our website at projectbait.blackgold.net. That is projectbait.blackgold.net. And once again, we will talk to you later about not only this, but other things in the program that affect you and certainly the African world.
I'm Geraldine Watkins, the director of the Considine Little Rock Family Life Center, located at 8904 Woodward Avenue at the corner of Holbrook in Detroit. We offer swimming, basketball, as well as a full fitness center. We also have a beautiful hall available for rental of all occasions. For more information regarding programming and services, please contact us at 313-871-4673. Again, 313-871-4673.
There are 3 basic necessities every business needs: a business plan, a bookkeeper, and a website. Call Project Bait for all 3. Call 313-871-3333. That's 313-871-3333.
If you are in business, you should promote your business in the Metro Business Information Guide. For more information, contact Chris Woodard at 645-2282. That's 313-645-2282.
The preceding program was produced by Project Bait and does not reflect the views of this station.
My cell phone number